Greetings! Welcome back to Big Brick Beta. We've been kind of fucking busy. So yeah, it's been like about a week since my last video, and you know, I've really still been enjoying my time with this server. You know, a few people on the server have started to slow down, and so have I. Because, you know, it's hard to keep making, no matter what, you know, it's a difficult thing to push yourself to do. But even then, I've still been going. Just kind of been quietly putting my nose to the grindstone, and I've been making. And as you can see here, we've been filling out the town like fucking crazy. You know, we got a lot of changes here, so I suppose I'll just start and sort of show off what we've done. Starting from the beginning, over here we got this, you know, this courtyard and stuff. I don't know if this was in the last video quite yet, but you know, it's connected to these buildings, which I definitely did show off in the first world tour of this server. And then we kind of kept going. You can see this building here was built by V. Over here you saw this was, you know, where I was originally planning on building like maybe a big hall for the town to meet up and, you know, eat big feasts and shit, but plans changed. Somebody built a big path around here, and I was like, oh, okay, change your plans. And then plans changed, and I really like the result, honestly. So if you go through here, we got a whole new block of buildings. This was the first one I built, and then I kind of just kept going on down and over this way. And I've had a lot of fun trying to find sort of the block palette for each of these buildings, because it's really easy in these older versions to just kind of build the same thing over and over, but I feel like that's difficult to sort of differentiate between each building. So, you know, we got this place here. It looks a little weird since it's, you know, it's got sort of a 6 block wide thing here, so it looks a little strange, but that is alright. I think the interior is rather nice. These micro interiors, they're proven to be a challenge, but I still really enjoy it. You know, just going around and filling up these really small spaces with limited blocks without, like, you know, upper slabs or anything like that. You know, it's a fun challenge, and trying to make most of these beds, you know, usable, because a lot of the beds in beta you can't properly use because they can't have blocks on either side, due to the nightmare system. Which, if you don't know what the nightmare system is, basically if you're not in a properly enclosed space, mobs will attack you when you try to sleep. But it's a little bugged in this version. So yeah, if there's you know, blocks touching either side of your bed, it reads wrong and it'll summon a mob next to you, which is a little frustrating, but you know, we work with what limitations we have. This right here is sort of a little watchtower. I have, you know, like storage for whatever the guardsmen need, a little desk to sit at, and then, you know, you come up here, you get defense with these crenellations here, and you can kind of look over the city, look over the rooftops, make sure, you know, there's no mobs around, which they spawn pretty fucking frequently, I'm not gonna lie. You'll just be walking down the street and a creeper will jump off of a rooftop at you, and then you have to, you know, rebuild a wall that got absolutely nuked. And back down here, we got these buildings. I was kind of experimenting with the shapes of the buildings here, because a lot of these buildings are sort of very similarly shaped. They're, you know, kind of just rectangles with taller, like wider tops. So I'm trying to sort of change it up a little bit more over here, so it's not the same thing over and over. We got this like sandstone building here, and I think it's It's rather nice. We get this, you know, gravel upper part. I don't know about you. I really like the old gravel. It's one of my favorite textures in old Minecraft. And it's just, I mean, it looks so nice. I'm so sad that they replaced it with like the soupy, shitty one that they have now. In here we got this sort of this little study come up. It's a, you know, very bare bones bedroom, but there's only so much you can work with here, yeah. This here is the poop store. Come here and you buy your poop. This is the poop store. Come in here, you buy your poop from the poop chest. And up here is you know, that's bottles of poop, and in here, I'm not gonna show you, but you can guess what's in that chest. Then as we go down this way, we get this really small shack. I was just trying to have some height variety. We got a big shelf coming across here, and you have some paintings and a bed. And I think it's a nice contrast to all of these two-story buildings that are around. Give me your skin, give me your skin! Die! Then as we come along here towards the starter base, we can see this sort of this little chapel church thing here. And you know, you get a stage for whoever to come up here and sort of present whatever they're talking about in front of the masses. And then they go here and they go,
Oh, that's so cool.
And as we come along here, you can see him sort of experimenting with some color here. Got this lime wool, which lime wool is so bright. It is a very, very bright color in these versions. Red wool is the same way, and so is especially orange wool is like neon orange. There's a building made with orange wool over that direction. I'll show you later. But yeah, we got this nice lime green building with these sandstone foundations are rather nice. Down here we got, you know, some sort of little shop where you can sell your knickknacks and your goodies. And upstairs I forgot to furnish, apparently. I'll have to come around here and do that. I think I'll do that on camera, sort of show off my little process here. And then here we have this sort of thinner, not that much thinner, but this slightly thinner, taller building with, if you can see, some obsidian. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a little sad. The black wool was harder to get than the obsidian. Because like obsidian takes a long time, but there's only like 20 pieces in this house. And wool is something that you can't properly farm in this version. You kind of just have to wait for the sheep to show up. And that takes a hot minute. But, you know, we got it done. And as you can see, the interior here, I wanted to have a bit more space. So I have it sort of just leaning up against this foundation, this wall here, which I think it looks nice, and it gives you you know, a good bit of space to work with. And you know, we got this couch here and the shelving, and we come upstairs and, you know, just a shelf and a bed and an exposed roof. It's, you know, these buildings are about simplicity. It's about just getting stuff in to sort of fill the space and make it look, you know, make it look nice. And I think that is, I think that's good. I think, you know, so much of Minecraft is people like building these absolutely gigantic builds, and not everyone really has the mental aptitude to do it. You know, that's a lot of work to put yourself through. And they usually look really cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it makes Minecraft feel less attainable for the average person, and I feel like that's a little frustrating, a little sad. We got this building here built by V, and this little you know, meeting area here for the villagers to come and have their picnics and all that. Then and here's one of Couch's builds. I don't think this was here in the last video. I know that one wasn't. So if we come in here, this is my most recent building I've done, and it's a little bigger. because sort of the concept for this area is we're gonna have some slightly larger houses, so probably just one more house here. Some slightly larger houses for the guardsmen to live in, you know, because they get a little bit more money for keeping the place safe. And if we head up here, you get sort of the, you know, the upstairs, we get a study, got a nice little place for you to read your books and admire your paintings. And we're gonna sleep here since it's starting to get dark. So yeah, that's a good chunk of the town, and I think it's coming along really nicely. I posted these builds onto Reddit, onto Golden Age Minecraft, and you know, seeing some of the responses, it's really nice to just see people like appreciate all the work that was put into this, and something that I think is really really cool that someone did. I took a screenshot that was like, I think about right here, and somebody they drew little characters sort of filling the space, and I think that's a really cool idea, you know, to just fill up a little Minecraft build with these drawings of these like little simple characters just sort of going about their day. It's I don't know, I found that sort of the active love to be really cool. Over here, I think this is a flower farm that Catch built to just try and get some more dye. And then you get this really nice sort of tall little fishing hut here that Couch built, and there's this really nice effect on the roof where he was going for, you know, like a thatch roof like you would see in some older medieval buildings. You see it a lot in like Skyrim and stuff, and you know, it took him a minute to sort of figure it out, but he used these fences here, and I think it really looks nice. It reads really well. And as we go in, he's got these really just nice compact interiors. They're a little noisier, a little messier than mine, but that's not a bad thing. It really fills out the space, and I think he does some really nice work here. Like, honestly, now this is what became of the the dining hall idea. And this was built by V. V likes these bigger projects. Like if you remember the potion room, not the potion room, the portal room over there. That was all dug out by V, and you know, I filled it in, but that's a lot less work than, you know, the brunt force just, you know, making something massive. And this was a crazy project. I mean, now that it's complete, I think it looks really great. But when it was first being built, I'm like, how are you gonna make something so big fit in? And I mean, it works. It really does work very nicely. We got this big fireplace here, and you know, we got these big tables and chairs for people to sit at. And if we go up here, you can see the because this was built right under Couch's wizard tower. This is sort of the impromptu entrance that V built, since you know, they kind of take up the same space, and I think it works. You know, obviously it works because, you know, it's connected to the tower now, and honestly, I think having these two buildings sort of connected adds some more structure to the whole idea, instead of it being like a random tower sort of connected to nothing holding this island up. Now, if you've seen them, I mean, there's the creeper face there, but he's got some brothers now. They keep showing up, these stone faces. I don't know who keeps making them, but they just kind of show up every once in a while, and it's getting a little out of hand. There's this one, and then if we go over by Grand's log cabin over here, which I don't think has been shown off yet, is a rather nice build. We have another one of these faces sort of just looking over us, and their eyes follow you. It's very creepy. But over here, yeah, this was built by Graham, built by Chachi, with a little bit of help, but he did like most of this. And I think there's just such a nice atmosphere in here. It's a very nice, cozy log cabin. It feels very Minecrafty. It's it's something that I strive for, but it's everybody has sort of a different style on the server, and I think that's very apparent and very nice to see. Because, it gets kind of boring with one person doing the entire thing, That's just one person's ideas of what a Minecraft world should be. That's sort of the appeal of a server, is seeing what other people do alongside you. And that's also why I've sort of appreciated sort of all of us building in the same place, because on a lot of servers it feels like just playing single player, and there's other people like 1,000 blocks that way, the greenhouse I built. This was kind of recent. This was probably the last thing I built before that orange house over there. And it's, we had a big cactus farm over here, and it was kind of an eyesore. So I decided to build a nice greenhouse. And if you remember my Silver Age world, which I'll get back to that world eventually. If you remember my Silver Age world, I had sort of a bigger greenhouse with a similar design. And I just really enjoy that design, so I brought it over here. And I think it works really well. We got, a sugarcane farm and a cactus farm. And if you've seen around town, there's also like sugarcane and cactus just around for some variation in the greenery. Then if we go over here, this is the Dust District. I think I might have shown this off in the original world tour, but it has grown a little bit. No, we got these buildings over here. This one's furnished now. It's real dark in here though. It's kind of spooky. But this is, the houses of the miners and the people who are sort of fueling the industry of this here village. Then we got, these tunnels here for people to process their ores. And if we go over here, there's this sort of a big cave with exposed ores and all that. And it's a bit of nice world building, sort of explaining how we got all of this material, which obviously we got it from strip mining and stuff, and the older strip mines and all that. But it adds a little bit more to the world, makes it feel a little bit more alive. And I think it looks, it looks nice. I think, we've done a lot of really good work in this world, and it's kind of sad to see some people lose a little bit of interest, but I completely understand, I've been playing other games, I've been doing other things. Otherwise, even more of this place would be filled out right now. I've been playing a lot of Skyrim, actually. I took like a few years a break from Skyrim, and I'm coming back to it, and I'm playing a mage, and I think it's been very fun. All right, I'm going to furnish the house. Also, this storage room gets slightly renovated because creepers, for whatever reason, keep spawning in here, and they keep blowing up all of my chests. It's rather annoying. Yeah, we're gonna sort of dump some of the stuff we don't need, and I'm going to build up the interior of that house that I missed. I think once we're done filling in the majority of this town, I'm gonna start moving out here and sort of build a port for, you know, goods to come in from the entirely disconnected waterways. You know, this is just kind of its own lake, but maybe we dig out this this little piece of land there and have sort of a river coming in. Alrighty. Let's head up here and put in some furniture. This is a nice open space too. So in the corner, put you know, yonder crafting table. Throw down a bed. You always need one. And then I think, I mean, put like a bookshelf right there, maybe. Oh. Something I don't like about these versions is that bookshelves, they don't drop anything when you break them. And you know, bookshelves are already kind of a difficult block to get in a large quantity. So it can be a little frustrating to lose that, especially in the early game. This big bookshelf, and then obviously you gotta have a place to sit and read. So actually, hold on, maybe not like this though. Maybe make a little desk here. Here we go. And then use some of these planks here. Make some signs so that we can get some more indicators that this is in fact a chair and not just a slab on the ground. And then the walls just need maybe a little bit of spice, a little bit of decoration. We're already out of wood though. These builds take a lot of wood. It's sort of like the big fueling thing in Minecraft is wood. You know, you go through so many trees when you play, and you know you get a lot of stone from strip mining and all that, trying to get other resources for tools. But wood is something that you just have to go out of your way to get. Which, I mean, on one hand, I understand and I get it. On the other hand, I like that stone is sort of a secondary resource that you get a lot of. But it makes sense that, you know, you would go out of your way to get wood. And I think back here we need a painting too. Maybe a few. There we go. And maybe get like... Okay, that's pretty nice. Maybe we put like... I know technically I'm not supposed to, since it's you know, it makes the bed not sleepable, but like a little end table here. Maybe make it face the right way. There we go. Little end table right there. And maybe a chest right here. So I'll need to chop down some more trees for that too. I wish I could put a painting right here, but I can't, since there's a, you know, this guy. That's all right. Yeah, I think a chest right there is gonna sort of finish off this interior. It's really crazy. You'll just be walking around sometimes, and you'll see a random animal just walk up to a cactus and die. Like, it doesn't even try to escape. Or a lot of the times, especially in that area, since we have these high cliffs everywhere, you'll just be walking around and you'll see just a you know, a pig just splat on the ground and you go, free pork chops, you know? It's free goodies. It's such a, like the atmosphere of this place, the you know, the sort of closed off alleyways, it feels very cozy just to walk around this place. You know, I'm excited to sort of fill out this these waterfront areas. Maybe put a few larger houses here, so that, you know, you can have people have a nice view of the water, and then maybe put like a boardwalk or something along the coast, just for more space for people to walk, and put a few benches maybe. That sounds like a good idea. I might do that. There we go. I think that's a nice little interior. Maybe here, do we want, I don't think we want all of this roof visible though. So I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, just fill in the ceiling. There we go. Got a little popcorn ceiling there. Full of asbestos. And you know, that's it. That's a video, just sort of showing off what I've done, how I do things. You know, what's been happening in the week since I've been able to record. You know, tell me down in the comments what you want to see me build here. What you think of the world. I do read the comments. I don't respond to all of them, but most of them I respond to. Because it's sort of just, it's nice to hear what people think of something that you're making, you know? Yeah, I really appreciate the support on my last few videos, and, you know, obviously on Reddit that I talked about. It's really nice to sort of see people appreciate what me and my friends are making here, just, you know, for fun. Thank you for watching. And have a good rest of your day. I'm recording this pretty early into my day. I'm gonna go get me some big picture frames, because I'm going to be in an art exhibition soon. I would show my art on screen, but most of it that's going in the exhibition anyway is of naked ladies, and that probably won't fly on YouTube. Maybe I'll show off some of my my more safe for work art, because I obviously I do make safe for work art as well. But yeah, good evening, everyone. Have a good day.